Are we too early?
Did you hear? Someone encountered a doppelganger here last...
A doppelganger? You mean, like a doppelganger of themselves?
You know what they say. Anyone who sees their doppelganger will be replaced by them within 3...
That's just a folk...
Doppelgangers? That's a common folk tale in Inazuma, isn't it? Ever heard of it, Traveler? Yeah, it's a pretty famous one, huh? Also, the timing is a bit too coincidental, don't you think? The whole doppelganger thing sounds kind of like what Sayu was talking about with Bunch. Well, thinking about it isn't going to get us anywhere. Why don't we go check on Sayu's team? Huh? They're not here? Well, if it is Sayu we're talking about it... Weird. Is he here to work on the equipment? But he doesn't look like any of the workers we saw yesterday. He snuck away again! Do you think he might be... He's constantly looking back. Paimon's calling it now. Something fishy is going on. Good point. He could be on his way to meet someone.
Reporting back, ma'am. Nothing suspicious to note at the Bunshin Phantasm booth.
Sarah? Hey, Zoe! What's going on here?
Forgive me, ma'am. I have failed as a detective.
So, what's going on? What are you investigating? It must be serious if Heizo's involved. Huh? What orders? You really can't tell us anything?
An astute observation, Traveler. Tell him the truth.
What? The Shogun is here?
You recognized me with a single glance? It matters not. I am certain the person standing before us is our friend, the Traveler. His gaze, his presence, his mastery of several types of elemental energy. There is no mistake. And we need his help.
No! Please! Stay away!
What? You're right. That's a big risk.
The purpose of this festival is to bring humans and yokai together. We cannot allow the culprit to endanger anyone. Fortunately, no one else has been harmed.
Ah, so the thunder...
On the contrary, it was my decision. I was unable to capture the culprit last night, so I left to discuss a plan with Miko. I did not show myself once I saw you were safe, and for that, I apologize.
Speaking of Miko, where is she?
She is investigating the trace of yokai power found at the scene. Though it fades in and out, it never strays from Mount Yogo. Miko is working with the Kamisato siblings to verify the identities of the staff members. As for the contestants, the Tenryo Commission is too
Okay, so you need...
Precisely. Traveler, I understand these people are your friends, and it puts you in a difficult position. But if one of them has indeed been displaced by a yokai, they could be in grave danger. Thank you. I truly hope the situation is not as grave as it seems.
What are you guys gonna do next? Continue to investigate from a distance?
Worry not. Miko and I discussed that issue. She claimed...
One of her genius plans, huh?
Indeed. If you...
Okay, so where do we start? We need to ask questions to figure out if there's an imposter, but we can't arouse suspicion. So tired. Weak. Sayu and Yoimiya seem the same as ever. Kichibushi, too. How should we test them? Oh, good idea! Doppelgangers only mimic appearances. They wouldn't know about someone's past. Wait for you. Yeah, well, the traveler's judging. Yeah, if the people in charge are here. Oh, no, it's just... Well, it's your game. Playing it, so we wanted to come early to reminisce about old times. White fur acting super strong. Marina. Good banana. Sumeru, huh? The dreams there are supposed to be special. Did you witness a dream or something? Alright. Oh, we should get out of your hair then. Good luck, everyone. Bye, White Fur. Bye, Yellow Fur. Come back and play. Wow, we've had so many adventures, huh? You don't even realize it until someone brings up the past. Oh yeah, totally! It was... Anyway, Paimon didn't pick up on anything suspicious from that team. If anything, we were the weird ones forcing conversations and stuff. Okay, so maybe it wasn't the best strategy. Leaning into the judge angle is probably a safer bet. Let's ask about the creative process behind the game and confirm their identities that way. Paimon saw Toma's team show up to... Hey, Toma! We were hoping to learn a bit more about the... Philosophy?
Oh, Boss can explain that one.
Boss and Shosei were up super late last night, and he's back at it this morning, as energetic as ever. But
Time for an interview.
Interview?
Hold on. You can't just ask a simple question, traveler. Watch and learn. Ahem. We'd love to learn more about your design approach and strategic vision. What will be the project's main draw, and how will it deliver emotional value to your... Impressive! And...
A nice one, boss!
Fixer is a tough nut to crack, huh? Shoot! Paimon can't pick apart an answer she doesn't understand. Over to you, traveler. Whoa, not a single stumper.
Yes!
Well, Toma's answers were all very genuine. Plus, he was with Shosei until late last night. Kozo and his two friends were together the whole time. So, we're back at square one.
White fur and
You're here alone?
don't know about great yokai, but
Soul Lady? Oh, as in Soul of the Deep. Okay. Wait, did you say behind us? Kokumi! A little warning next time! Energy?
in a tree? Dry berry?
Oh, sorry.
Yobo-Koban is a criminal?
No, of course not! You're...
In the clear. Good.
What about Mizuki? Where did she go?
Something tells me a certain someone is missing me.
Huh? Miko!
Hello, traveler.
Yes, I left the rest to the young fellow from the Kamisato clan. At least for now, there's nothing suspicious to...
That means the culprit didn't manage to sneak in.
Just like that, you let down your guard. And all it took was for me to wear her face.
The culprit? It's you!
Oh, greedy little thing. I thought we agreed on 20. Oh, it's getting harder and harder to tease you.
Can you stop with the teasing then? Even I'm...
500 years and you're still not used...
At least spare me for the day. I can't take the mental... Investigated the shogunate officials' nightmares. Analyzed the traces of yokai power around Mount Yogo. Oh, and worked on some new game stages, of course.
All in one night?
Well, I didn't want someone to ruin the Mikawa Flower Festival. But I also wanted to do my best for my... Besides, I've talked to many patients who worked multiple jobs just to make ends meet. You're very persuasive, Kokomi. It would seem you also have a talent for clinical psychology. I'll leave it to you two then.
Sweet dream.
Mizuki really cares about the festival, huh?
Perhaps she's reminded of the festivals of the past when I was just... We would rush past the other yokai. It would seem she hasn't forgotten, even after 500 years. You know, there's something to be said for knowing when to keep your mouth shut, little one. Well, enough about the past. We must focus on the matter at...
But you didn't notice anything suspicious, right?
That's one possibility. The other is that the culprit's transformation is even more... In that case, we need a detective with a more professional skill set. Or we need to find a way to provoke them and get their facade to crack.
But that sounds...
If the culprit is deep in disguise, a slight provocation... What we need is to create reasonable doubt. Make the culprit... Oh, A didn't tell you? Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Mikawa Flower Festival, an esteemed guest from Tenshukaku has agreed to take part in this year's festival. Please welcome Her Excellency, the Almighty Narukami Ogosho, God...
So this was your plan, Miko?
Well, not bad, right?
Wow, that was quite the entrance. Paimon can't believe she agreed to that. Why didn't you clue us in earlier? We wasted all that time asking pointless questions. Another day of hard work. Where did the time go?
Almighty Shogun! Glory to your everlasting reign!
This stall looks familiar. Yet it would seem the ownership has changed.
Ah, you must be thinking of Tomoki. He wasn't feeling well today, so I'm filling in.
I see. Yet, you remind me of someone. A Doshin from the Tenryo Commission.
Oh?
What are you looking at, eh?
The food offerings. Working? I see. I appreciate your dedication.
Of course. It's an honor to serve such esteemed guests.
No need for formalities. I'll take 3 orders of dango milk.
Right away.
3 orders? So Paimon gets one too?
Yes. I wanted to thank you for accompanying me. Without you by my side, I imagine the people here would be on edge even now. I have my reasons for being here, of course, but I would hate to tarnish the festive atmosphere. Indeed. The Mikawa Flower Festival. Hundreds of years have passed since I last partook of the festivities. Much is different this time. The people, the place, the games. Yet, the name endures, and the joy of celebration along with it. I suppose that, in itself, is a form of eternity.
Traveler, Paimon. And the almighty Shogun?
Oh, Mizuki! Looks like you got some much-needed rest.
Yume Mizuki.
Of course. I'm always willing to help. It's my duty. I wish I could have dispelled the nightmares, but this situation is uncharted territory for me.
Even so, relieving the pain of the nightmares is no small feat. You honor the legacy of the Yumeku Ippaku.
So not even Mizuki could fix it?
Let's save the difficult questions for later. Actually, I came here to ask you something. Want to come to the Isa bathhouse with me? Most of the contestants will be there. Oh, and don't worry about payment. It's my treat.
Really? Yes, let's go!
Well, game development isn't easy. Most of the contestants are exhausted and could use a break. You've been under a lot of pressure yourselves with the investigation and all. So I thought you might like to join.
Of course we would! Right, Traveler?
I will remain here. I rarely have time away from Tenshukaku.
Aw, that's too bad.
I almost forgot. Miko wanted to talk to you, Traveler. I'll take you to her first.
Oh? Well, why don't we all go?
Almighty Shogun, your dango milk is ready.
No need, Shogun. Miko just had some quick things to go over with the judges, that's all. You and Paimon can wait here. We'll only be a minute. Alright, now we can talk freely. I think something's off with the Shogun. You've been with her the whole day. Up close. Sometimes it's hard to see the whole picture. I think something is troubling her. I've witnessed a lot of cases where patients, for a variety of reasons, are unwilling or unable to seek help until their emotions become so heavy, even the strongest of people collapse under the weight. Humans, yokai, and archons bear the same capacity for emotion and are naturally susceptible to the same mental It's very possible that someone who appears strong on the outside has learned to compartmentalize their negative emotions. And anyway, the quickest route to curing the mind is through the heart. That's where you come in, Traveler. Approaching someone in a professional capacity often makes them more guarded. But don't worry. Here, with these 2 special coupons, you can get into Isa Bathhouse after closing. Then, this is what you're gonna do.
Finally, you're back! Paimon's had 2 servings.
Sorry for the wait. It sounds like the Traveler has other plans, Paimon. So we'll head to the bathhouse on our own.
Huh? You're not coming? Okay. Paimon will bring you back a hot spring egg.
There is no need to stay behind on my behalf. If you leave now, I'm sure you can catch up. What makes you say that? If my presence makes them nervous or impedes their ability to relax, does that not defeat the purpose of going to the hot springs? I already disturbed their progress by coming to the festival. The last thing everyone needs is more. As you know, this body is hardly that fragile. It can operate for another 100 years with no issue. Mortals are weak in body and mind. If there is a choice of who to bear such a burden, naturally that person should be me. What does it matter? The world is not so easily bent to one's will. What clever verbal tricks, Traveler. It appears you've been spending too much time. You think you can get away with manipulating the Shogun? I wouldn't be so sure. Persistent indeed. Very well. As you proposed, we shall set out at midnight. Steam replete with the scent of orchids. Water that turns the complexion a blushing pink. So, this is a hot... Yes, there are royal hot springs near Tenshukaku. But the plans were set in motion only after Hiragi Hiroshi introduced the Snezhnayan blast furnace to Inazuma, and that was 500 years ago. When the project was complete, I was already in the plane of euthymia. And, naturally, the body of the shogun has no need for such luxuries. The members of the Kanjo Commission... What makes you say that? Now I see why my officials claim that the hot springs facilitate conversation. Even I find myself divulging more than intended. You're correct. Following the dark disaster 500 years ago, a nightmare engulfed Inazuma. On a battlefield consumed in darkness, our soldiers fought against dark force. Perhaps not. The battle was intense. Those who stood up in defense of this land knew the chance of survival was slim. But what if I told you this? If the person trapped in the nightmare was strong enough to overcome incapacitation, it would become a waking nightmare. The person would lose all capacity to distinguish dream from reality, perceiving everything in the real world and every precious thing in life as an enemy to be annihilated. That is a far more painful nightmare, both for the person in question and those around them. Yes. I unleashed Muso no Hitotachi and struck her down. No need. I have no regrets. I know it was the right decision, both for Inazuma's sake and her own. If necessary, I would do it again. Well, it's about time you two showed yourselves, yes? You've listened in long enough.
Before you say anything, this part wasn't me.
Well, since the cat's out of the bag, how about a hot spring tea party?
Hey!
Nice and warm. No wonder the hot springs relaxed your inhibitions, eh?
So who came up with this idea?
I guess... both of us?
Well, I happened to consult a certain clinical psychologist about how to get an old friend to open up. In her expert opinion, doing something new with a trusted companion...
It's one thing to trust that Miko has good intentions, but would you let your guard down around her?
Your concern is misplaced. I kept these matters to myself because I was unsure whether this incident is connected to the past. And if the investigation reached an impasse, or new clues pointed to the nightmare from back then, naturally, I would have discussed this intel with you.
Intel, huh? It appears you still don't understand.
Help! Help me! Sounds like it came from outside. Let's check it out. Oh no!
It seems different in some respects. Step back and allow me to examine her. What happened just now?
It's all right. With the Shogun here, nothing can hurt you. Just take a deep breath and tell us what happened.
I almost fainted again, yes. I was on my way to your restaurant. And as I was crossing the bridge, I saw someone staring at me from behind a tree. It was hard to make out their appearance in the dark, but I had a bad feeling. So it was me. In that moment, I thought about how people who see their doppelganger usually end up dead, and I fainted from the shock. I don't remember.
A doppelganger? In Inazuma City? But we only detected traces of the nightmare around Mount Yogo.
I heard that people encountered doppelgangers at Mount Yogo too!
Now that we have an understanding of the situation, why don't I take you to the police station to file a report?
The situation is getting worse. If the doppelganger is limited to the festival grounds, that's one thing. But appearing on a random street in Inazuma City...
On the bright...
Bad news, Shogun!
A Tenryo Commission official? What's...
Another victim! At the festival! Kappa!
What?
But Sarah and the others were keeping watch.
Make haste. Back to Mount Yogo at once.
Kappa! Excuse me.
Mizuki! Traveler! Finally, you're back!
Now is not the time to cast blame.
We split up for just a second, and the next thing we knew, he was on the ground. Oh.
How is he, Mizuki?
It's strange. I can't perceive his nightmare.
The yokai, Kappa. Oh, please don't die.
No, it was I who underestimated the enemy. I who allowed us to continue the festival despite the potential. Sarah, what is the status of the other contestants and staff? Good. By decree of the Shogun, I declare that the Mikawa Flower Festival is...
Wait.
What is it, Miko?
You're being too hasty, eh? I understand your concern for the people, but I urge you to think this through, or we risk playing into the enemy's. Considering your history with nightmares, you have better cause than anyone to exercise caution. But do you truly believe that what we're facing now is just a nightmare? Call it intuition. If you want the truth, perhaps Doshin Shikanoin could shed some light. I believe there's been a break in the case.
That doesn't sound right. I need to think about this some more.
Kappa is made of wood?
No wonder I couldn't sense the night.
I see. So the doppelganger infiltrated the festival as...
Kozo and his two friends were together the whole time, too. They would have noticed if someone was acting. It's a Bakedanaki tail!
Kikaku! Kikaku! Run!
Tetsunosuke?
Aren't you supposed to be in Inazuma's?
Leave you two by... No fighting!
Bakedanaki! Those little terrors! Come on, let's go after them! Paimon's had enough of these things! What even are they? More Bakedanaki tricks?
There is no escape!
Nothing's working! The human...
Little rascals! Stop running!
You wish! Transform! Stupid humans won't be able to recognize us!
You can't see me. You can't see me. I'm up on fire.
Tetsunosuke, you idiot! Don't tell them the three of us turned into puff! Ouch! Transform!
They're gone again! Oh, what are they this time? Some kind of stone or brick? Oh!
Ichiro, protect us!
Shine down!
Save us, Tsukumo! We're almost...
Ah! Tengu was flying! Tengu is a cheat!
Tengu, why are you helping the humans? Tengu is a yoke!
Shogun? That's the leader of the humans!
Shogun sent people to steal our land!
Calm yourself, Sarah. Let's hear them out.
Shogun sent humans to steal our...
And the Mikawa Flower Festival! Shogun is making yokai serve the
Serve the humans? He's not talking about the game development, is...
Shogun even forced Great Baku Yokai to work all...
Oh, you mean yesterday? That was my choice, actually.
Jeez, where are these ideas coming from?
Stay back!
Humans want to enslave us again!
Hold on. Something's not right. We should try a different approach.
No need. I know what's wrong. They're trapped in a nightmare.
What are you doing? Trying to put Tetsunosuke to work?
Kinkaku...
Servitude, enslavement. These might sound like a world of despair and fear, where enemies lurk at every turn, devoid of even a single shred of light.
So, they're sleepwalking?
If we knew how, we would have...
Give us your worst! Kinkaku will never leave the Tanuki path! Kinkaku will die before serving—
Truly?
What are you doing? No, don't!
The humans are everywhere.
How long have we been hiding?
No idea.
Shh, quiet!
This is a fine piece of land. The grain yield. Remember to check for traces of.
By order of the Shogun, we are to exterminate all yokai that cross off.
Why so hasty?
Hey, you know about the Mikawa Flower Festival, right? I heard.
Oh yeah, the festival for humans and humans alone.
That's right. We should.
No.
Quiet, or they'll catch us.
What?
What is that? Ah!
Hey, are you alright? Yoko, Kappa, hold on! We're coming!
The yokai and the humans are...
The same thing happened.
The Mikawa flower...
This...
No, if Bastama...
We infiltrate the Mikawa Flower Festival. We scare the humans away.
But how?
Bastama...
How about...
Traveler!
Are you all right, Traveler?
Huh? The nightmare is gone. You... pure...
The Mikawa Flower Festival! The humans...
Oh, that explains all the boss tome of this and boss tome of that. Wait a second. Hitotsume Kozo and the others should be a Kitsuyuge X. Oh, you're saying Paimon's deductive reasoning is
Based on your description, Traveler, it's possible these Bake Danuki have been in hiding for 500 years.
The protector of the grove. It's been 500 years since our last meeting. Sarah, Hazo, return to the festival. The doppelganger incident has been resolved, but the threat of the nightmare remains.
Yoroi, we're back!
Keep... Shogun! I bow before thee.
All is well, Ioroi, hidden protector of the grove.
Ah, that would be because when Ioroi tried to pluck a Naku weed from the Imperial Garden...
Keep it to yourself, you
Ioroi, I wish to ask you something.
Anything, Shogun. Absolutely.
Suck up.
You could have at least slowed down a little. It took forever.
It's Yoroi! The humans really did kill you! Your body is stone!
Huh? I am not dead.
Not dead?
Yoroi?
Wait, this must be Ginkaku, and Tetsunosuke.
When the humans, Kabuda Harunosuke, came to hurt us.
We ran and hid. The humans searched and searched.
So we decided to escape the human just as the great Baketanuki Tsukumo taught us.
That's when we uncovered a horn filled with yokai power.
It restored our power. And then we made the human go, oh,
and by, oh.
We tricked him.
So, you didn't?
We've been using the horn to hide ever since.
A horn full of yokai power. Could that, if the horn can...
Ha! I could have told you that nothing good...
But the horn helped us hide from the humans. The humans tried to take...
On the contrary, the purpose of the investigation was to determine in advance if yokai were present on the land in question, whether we avoid encroaching on yokai territory altogether, or attempt to reach a mutually beneficial agreement. A peaceful resolution was always...
Oh!
Wait.
By order of the Shogun, if yokai live here, we need to discuss the...
Ginkaku, Tetsunosuke. Not all humans are bad. Yellow Fur over there helped me a great deal, you know.
Besides, the Bakedaniki were only sealed away back then because Ioroi stole that comb.
Yoroi? It's a thief? Yoroi? Got what?
How was I to know? It was used to make...
So the humans were mean for no reason?
Well, if you must know, the young human and I fought. I was perhaps a tad careless, so I conceived...
There he goes again, changing the subject when...
Now you know. No human is trying to harm you.
So... It was...
500 years and... it was a 500-year-long game of hide and seek. What's so...
Huh?
Hey, my game of hide and seek isn't over yet.
Wow, the mind of a Bakedaniki is something else. Still so cheerful even after all that.
That nature is what isolated them from the worst effects of the nightmare, and prevented them from causing any, but a nightmare that's still affecting people after all this time? Who could it belong to?
Tainted by darkness, the Oni warrior raised her sword against the almighty Shogun. Losing an arm and a horn to the Shogun's blade, she fled into the forest, never to a trusted lieutenant fighting against the forces of darkness. She was once devoured whole by a beast from beyond this world. Thus she earned the name Chio the Tigerbite, or Tora Chio.
I don't think Chio would like that name, though she escaped the belly of the beast alive. That battle never left. She saw the memories of her fallen comrades everywhere, slaughtered one after another, until she could no longer distinguish dream from reality. The nightmare twisted every joy in her life, her subordinates, family, and friends, into enemies in need of destruction. It was in that state, trapped in the battlefield of her mind, that she raised her sword against me on Mount with the Muso no Hitotachi. I cut off her arm, one of her horns, and a portion of the mountain itself. I suspect that is when the horn in question was buried there.
And subsequently uncovered by 3 Baketanuki. That means the fragment on the horn comes from...
Nightmares feed on fear and anxiety. It's possible Kinkaku and the others fear an earthbound spirit. They move through the ley lines, but are also bound by them.
It would seem the fragment of this nightmare is no different from the investigation team working for a better future?
Yeah, and we were attacked too! Right when we were having fun with the plate.
Perhaps it needs to regain strength after your defeat. Or perhaps it is biding its time because it knows, with whatever rationality remains, that it cannot defeat you, but sooner or later, its twisted hatred will force it out of hiding, and it will move to strike its enemy. When Chio set her sights on a target.
Oh.
But both possibilities prove something. And an enemy that can be killed is one that can be split in two by the power of Muso Ishin.
There's really no other way.
Mikoshi Chio is gone.
Oh, who cares about the dead enemy? I'm just trying to look out for the
What is that supposed to mean, Miko?
Oh, I'm just concerned about our poor Baketanuki friends.
Huh? What?
The nightmare fragment has been tied to the Baketanuki for nearly 500 years. Strike it down, and who's to say whether you take the lives of our poor friends along with it?
I beseech you, almighty Shogun, spare the young ones. It was just a momentary...
Miko, you speak the truth?
If you don't believe me, ask Mizuki and the Traveler. I'm sure they've encountered similar cases during their extensive travels.
Well... yes. During my studies both in Liyue and Natlan.
Then, what would you propose? This nightmare fragment is a constant threat to Inazuma. Should all other options fail, I will take action.
If the fragment's hatred toward the world comes from a nightmare, then the most logical option is to get rid of the nightmare itself.
Right! Can't you just eat the nightmare, Mizuki?
The Yumekui Baku already tried that 500 years ago. Even yesterday, when faced with the corruption of the nightmare, Mizuki could only mitigate the effect.
What was impossible back then is not necessarily impossible now. Why not use this entity's tricks against it? Combat illusions with illusions. Combat nightmares with dreams.
Is that if...
Don't forget, there are yokai that specialize in shape-shifting and illusions, and they happen to be right in front of us.
Where? Kinkaku doesn't see them
Maybe they're hiding. Fools! The kitsune is clearly referring to the Baketanuki. Tetsunosuke, Kinkaku...
Given their centuries-long connection to the nightmare fragment...
Back then, the nightmare had little to no weaknesses.
You said it yourself. Mikoshi Chio is gone. Besides, Mizuki is an old friend, one that is not to be underestimated.
Oh, she just usually doesn't compliment me to my face.
Once we perform the ritual, it will take some time for the barrier to take effect. Our festival representative, who also happens to have extensive experience against dark forces, and the almighty Shogun, unmatched in combat. I'm sure the two of you can buy us some time.
There's just one problem. Since this entity can pass through the ley lines, its movements are unpredictable. If we're going to create a barrier, how can we be sure it appears where we want?
The solution to that is obvious. Then naturally, a joyous occasion would be an evil beyond measure.
So...
The Mikawa Flower Festival!
What joy could
I would imagine we can all think of a few. But I agree. The Mikawa Flower Festival is the most plausible target. Once the enemy appears, I will pull them into the plain of Euthymia immediately. I will not put the people... Traveler, I ask that you join me there so we can subdue the enemy together.
All right. I will update everyone back at the festival and start the preparations for the ritual.
Looks like an all-nighter for me.
Well, this was your idea. Oh, and don't forget, You need to finish a little fox's daydream as well.
And in a surprising twist, you were my nightmare all along.
Traveler, during the battle tomorrow, it is imperative you know your limits. If the enemy proves too much to handle, leave them to me. I know. I understand your concerns, just as you know mine. One more thing. Thank you.
Remarkably efficient, Ayato. How are things with the Tenryo Commission?
Oh, you're all here! Well, it's a relief to have you all in our Those in need?
I'm sure you'll run into her as you walk around. Oh, and just a reminder, you need to select the best game later tonight. Most importantly, don't forget to enjoy yourself. Once you're done experiencing the festival, you should check in with A.
It's you. Before battle, it is imperative to calm the mind. If you have unfinished business, see to that now. Then, come meditate with me. Since leaving the plane of Euthymia, I seem to experience this feeling more and more, whether in the markets of Inazuma or before the sacred Sakura. No, it may not be a bad thing. In the plane of Euthymia, I could not perceive the consequences of my choices, but that did not preclude their impact. It is only natural that I would feel their effect one day. I have come to realize that isolating oneself from all engagement is no way to reach a true state of Euthymia. I will not unleash Muso no Hitotachi this time. I can only support you in the battle ahead, using illusion against illusion, dream against nightmare. The ultimate success of this plan comes down to you.
Did we do it?
The Arataki!
Prepare yourself, traveler. All right, follow me. To think, there would be a day when we would fight in the plain of Euthymia, side by side. Stay on your guard, traveler. God of Thunder, heed our call. We have the advantage. Time to strike. Shatter the night.
Unmask it all.
Let illusions fall. I lend you my power. I grant you the Shogun's blessing.
God of Thunder, heed our call.
Shatter the night, unmask it all!
With your might, let illusions fall!
Wake up! Wake up! Makoshi-sama! Makoshi-sama! Are you okay?
We thought you'd been eaten alive by that beast.
Mother!
Do what you must. Just save her.
This nightmare, it's beyond our skill to heal.
Nightmare. It felt like an endless nightmare.
Sleep in peace. This time, only sweet dreams await.
For many of us, I'm sure the last few days have seen unforgettable levels of stress, but for now, I hope we can put the past behind us and enjoy a night of pure, unadulterated fun. Now, before we kick things off, our representative will announce the award for Best Game.
Woohoo! We won? I'm not drinking.
It's real, all right.
The winning team will take home a sum of prize money courtesy of the Yashiro Commission, along with the Tanuki Game Award. In addition, our special guest has the honor of announcing a special award. Shogun, if you could.
This special award recognizes the team with the most immersive game, and that goes to the creators of the horror game, The Doppelganger Incident. Kinkaku, Ginkaku, and Tetsunosuke.
Huh? Oh, so it was a horror game all along!
Wow, that takes immersive to a whole new level. Baketanuki are something else.
I present you this award in the name of the Narukami Ogosho, and I promise you this. No human shall infringe on your peace without cause.
Shogun!
Shogun is the best!
The whole purpose of the investigation was to avoid disturbing yokai territory. Besides, the world is a big place. Humans, yokai, there's more than enough room for all of us.
Lament!
But we were just... So warm. Oh, hey!
It's not good to get distracted during a match, brother. Okay. Go.
Boss! The Mikawa Flower Festival was a huge success. Based on what we've made so far, I think we'll be able to make this.
That's great news! We might even beat Yai Publishing House this month.
Oh, you look pleased about something. Having a party without me?
Oh, it's nothing.
I forgot to share some good news with you. 30% of the proceeds from the festival have been transferred to Yai Publishing House. We're expecting record profit this month. Don't you think congratulations are in order?
What?
Well, boss, I guess congratulations are in order. This is our 333rd time competing against Yai Publishing House in sales, and our best showing to date. Second place.
May this be a night of sweet dreams for all.